Only 2 weeks after claiming his undisputed heavyweight title in RAGES, Oleksandr Usyk would lose it, as we recently found out. The adult talked about how the latest news has angered him and damaged him.
They're stripping Oleksandr Usyk. He just became undisputed. We can't have a reigning undisputed heavyweight champion for shit, man!
Why did boys' titles get revoked by the governor bodies? Something exists that we don't know about. Watch this video to find out how Oleksandr won the undisputed heavyweight title last week in Saudi Arabia after defeating Tyson Fury via split decision. Usyk is the first person to go unbeaten in a quarter century and the first champion in the four-belt era. He was anticipated to retain the championship until the rematch in October. In athletics, at least it turns out that's not going to happen. According to Michael Benson's recent social media posts, Oleksandr Usyk will lose the IBF heavyweight world title in the next 2 weeks. On June 1st, Perovic and Daniel Dubb are set to defend the title, and it is long overdue and essential that Anthony Joshua challenge Viktor Perovic. Usyk was the undisputed champion after defeating Fury to earn the WBC championship, but he would lose the IBF championship before he could fight again. Given that the rematch is set for the fall, Fury and Usyk will require some time to recuperate. We'll return, rest, and start up again in October. After losing, Fury said, "I think I won the fight." Usyk wasn't ready to talk about the rematch. "I don't currently have any plans to box, but when people asked if there would be a rematch after the Fury fight, I replied that there would be one because he had been working for 9 months. We still have plenty of time to have a good fight, but Filip Perovic isn't willing to wait that long because the Croatian title is required for the IB. It is anticipated that challenger Andy SB will be released in time for Hrgovic to challenge Daniel Jua for the title in the first part of June after Perovic defeats Jua. The winner is anticipated to face Anthony Joshua in September, with Usyk and Fury slotting it out the following month. Regarding whether the victor of that rematch would go on to try to win back the IF title, that information is currently unavailable. He accomplished something that no one else has after the fight. Promoter Frank Warren told Sky Sports that all 4 of the belts were on the line after that. "I'm pretty confident they'll break apart, and it will happen once again." He continued by saying that Joshua can stay in the running as long as he continues to win fights like Hrgovic and Dasas, which is fantastic fights, and that everyone will be satisfied with the opponent the winner faces. "We're in such a good place as a sport, and there's such good things happening that you just can't see it ending because there are so many good fights to be made," the speaker stated in response to Michael Benson's post. Warren continued, "Frank Warren thinks boxing is in a fantastic position. Fans aren't really excited. Indeed, he will lose a title in 2 weeks, and he was the first undisputed heavyweight champion in 25 years. His loss of unquestioned status sparked a lot of angry reactions, and one user swiftly added, 'No wonder the sport is such a mess. Boxing belts are ludicrous for 2 weeks, according to another commentator. The first undisputed champion in 25 years can't even maintain the crown.' Someone else wrote all of that work just to have it taken out. He utilized boxing as a rematch." The adult also shared his thoughts on YouTube. The adult Chas expressed his intense annoyance with Usyk losing his OD to a heavyweight title. He maintained that a heavyweight title should be the primary emphasis and that many titles were no longer significant. He maintained that discovering the strongest fighter via actual bouts should be the main goal and that many championships were no longer significant. The governing authorities, particularly the IBF, stripped Usyk of the title shortly after he was crowned the undisputed champion, a move he condemned. Since Usyk just defended the title against the heavyweight champion by default, the show has emphasized that taking it away from him would contradict the ideals of sports. by pointing out that Usyk was entitled to a rematch with Fury by default, which should have assured him of the title of undisputed champion. The Tyson-Fury show has drawn attention to the absurdity of the scenario. The fact that the rematch would not be for the undisputed championship infuriated him because it made the championships and the game decisions less significant. He claims that this diminished the titles, which should represent the best boxers in the world. He also discussed the financial rationale behind these decisions, claiming that keeping the best fighters' championships instead of switching them around will benefit the IBA more. Usyk apologized for the belt's dwindling worth, claiming they were no longer a reliable indicator of the best heavyweight fights. In his final remarks, he conveyed his displeasure and discontent with the state of boxing, suggesting that titles today serve more as a political and financial tool than as a way to recognize the best boxers. Even after losing to Usyk show, it was noted that Tyson Fury was still one of the best heavyweights of his era. He claimed that the denial of the Usyk title robs boxers and fans of a significant and historic fight, and that Fury should have been given the opportunity to defend the uncontested title in the rematch. This calls for a return to a more straightforward and merit-based system for choosing the best fighters in the sport show, and Fury has expressed a desire to focus only on the quality of the fights. Although he will be disappointed to lose his titles and undisputed title in just 2 weeks, Usyk has already gained the admiration and respect of the boxing community, and he is currently training with K for this fight. Vladimir Klitschko, a former heavyweight champion, expressed his pride in us. The way we performed and defeated Tyson Fury in the final seconds, he emphasized us skill and perseverance in finishing the deal, stressing that the victory was significant for Ukrainians as well as for him personally. It was quite difficult for Oleksandr to get close enough to Tyson Fury to throw the punches he wanted to. He almost lost the 9th round when Fury clinched to note that Usyk was having a harder time landing punches against Tyson Fury, who was bigger and stronger as the fight progressed. He acknowledged that Usyk's near-miss finish of Fury in the 9th round was a pivotal point in the bout. When asked if he thought the bout could have finished when Usyk had Fury had problems, Klitschko replied in awe and gratitude for Fury's resilience and his continued fighting in spite of Usyks' devastating strikes. Although Klitschko conceded that it was possible and believed Usyk had more opportunities to stop Fury early in the bout, demonstrating his superiority, he nevertheless praised the fighter's perseverance and hard work. Klitschko discussed how gifted Ukrainian athletes have historically achieved success in a range of sports, including boxing. He listed him as one of Ukraine's top athletes and commended the country's achievements in the sport. Klitschko had no doubt Usyk had done enough to win. Speaking about Usyk's legacy, he was adamant who believed that when the fight reached the scorecard, Usyk's performance merited victory. Klitschko highlighted his accomplishments, including his 2 underdog victories over Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. As a cruiserweight, he also took home the World Boxing Super Series title. He stated that he is on his way to become one of the best heavyweights of all time. Klitschko revealed that he did not give IK any particular advice before the fight because he trusted the fighter to know what needed to be done and execute his plan effectively. In addition to complimenting IK following his victory, he expressed his delight with IK's achievements and his behavior in the ring. "I picked Usyk to win, but it couldn't. It was very similar to the reason I picked Usyk, and in the end, it was kind of talent," according to Teddy Atlas, Mike Tyson's old trainer. Despite the fact that the fight was quite close, Atlas predicted that Usyk would prevail. Although he acknowledged that Fury's physical advantages, such as his size and reach, made him a formidable opponent, Atlas recognized that Usyk had an intangible edge over the other that gave him the ability to win. Olympic victories, unification of the cruiserweight class, and eventual rise to the top of the heavyweight division all attest to his talent-driven career. Atlas asserts that his greatest strengths are his tenacity and capacity to succeed in the face of overwhelming challenges. According to him, this quality is essential as it cannot be measured or captured by traditional methods. This winning mentality, despite Fury's advantages, is demonstrated by Usyk's journey from winning titles in multiple countries to overcoming more formidable opponents in the heat of combat. He showed that Usyk could deliver counterpunches and assaults that Fury wasn't anticipating, which would be more potent than simply using brute force. Atlas noted that Usyk managed to enter the land without taking any significant damage. Delivering clean blows, Atlas attributed Usyk's success in great part to his tactical accuracy and opportunity-seizing skills. Usyk's knockout was particularly noteworthy since it demonstrated that he could still harm Fury with accurate, unexpected blows without being a traditionally powerful puncher. Usyk felt that his ability to deliver these types of punches was a crucial component of Usyk's triumph, which allowed him to have a significant impact on the fight. The boxing community is happy with the result, and Usyk is deserving of the victory. But how do you feel about Usyk losing his unchallenged title? How do you feel about that? Tell us in the space provided below. That's all for now. To make sure you don't miss any more videos like these, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. To receive the most recent notifications, turn on the bell. Thank you for your time, and we will see you later.